there, my very good friends, and a warm welcoming good afternoons to you. On this video, we're going to talk about the real reason behind Drew McIntyre's time off.
A big WWE on Netflix update for you.
We'll tell you which top merch seller is currently outdrawing CM Punk and Roman Reigns combined.
Ooh, an awesome Kong on her AEW departure. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And the second one's not Cody Rhodes, before you see.
This is the After News.
All right, let's kick this one off by talking about Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
I can do an accent, it's fine.
Yeah, you're allowed.
I'm from there. Why has he been missing from WWE TV? Well, he got his head cut open.
Yeah, he got bad to say. That's one of the reasons.
In like 50 different ways.
Bonk.
Bad blood, bonked with the toolbox, the mad amount of stitches, brutal blood, stitched, stapled, all of that stuff. He was messed the hell up. But whether or not Drew McIntyre's period away from WWE was planned, it was for a good reason, according to Fightful Select. So there is all the stuff with the laceration, and he's had some staples and all of that stuff. But also, he's been in Europe visiting family. He has shared to some people that he'd experienced some personal losses.
Oh,
so,
that's a shame.
Yeah, sucks. He's had a lot of sad things happen to him over the past couple of years and so forth. So best wishes to Drew and his family in whatever that may be. It's entirely his business, and it's good that he's actually able to take this time.
Yeah.
Probably not so good that he has to deal with having half a head during this period, the poor guy. But he's had a hell of a year.
Yeah.
And he deserves, regardless of anything, regardless of these circumstances coming up, he deserves some time off anyway. Like, he's been going hell-bent for leather every single time of asking. I think the Punk Hell in a Cell match was probably my WWE match of the year. I think
definitely.
so. I think a lot of people would say the same. And you absolutely cannot fault the effort this man has put in this year. I think he's been one of the best wrestlers of the year. I think he is finally in the spotlight that his talents warrant. He has been for a couple of years, to be fair. But best wishes to Drew. I love Drew.
Yeah.
He's doing it for us Scottish men in the Fed. It's good to see.
Yeah, he's setting his position now, isn't he, in WWE, right at the very, very top. And not nice to hear the reason why he's been away. But obviously, as you say, good that he can do that, and just good, like you say, that wrestlers nowadays, in the recent years, the changes that have been made can just go away for a bit, even if they haven't got any issues. They can just go, you know what, I'm going to have a couple of months off, I think, to be perfectly honest. And I think the companies, I think it benefits everyone, to be perfectly honest. I think the wrestler recharges and maybe comes back with some fresh ideas, or creative does, or whatever. And also, I used to hate it, like you say, the Drew Punk stuff's been great. Obviously, big trilogy. It's basically been the most of the year that this has been going on. I used to hate it when they do that and the big blow off, and then you'd win or lose or whatever. And particularly the loser, like, definitively, Punk won that feud and he's going to come back and go on to presumably world title stuff. I used to hate it when the loser would come back the next night and be like, right, and now it's time for me to fight The Miz. And it's like, no, it's time for you to go away and come back when I've missed you, sort of thing.
Sell it. Like, oh gosh, it's a lot of people's sacred cow, but Rollins' presentation has been really bad for that at times.
Yeah.
Where he's had like a hellacious match, and then he's come out on Raw and he's just done the gimmick. And look, I like the gimmick.
It was the John Cena thing, wasn't it, for a while? It was just like, oh, that was hell yesterday. Anyway,
I'm back, and I'm fine now. I've slept it off.
Win or lose. Oh well.
Yeah, so it's good. Long term. Selling should be more than just what happens in the match. It should, if you've had a match like Drew and Punk had, they should both be gone for a while, as they both have been. So it should be an accumulation of damage, and then when they come back, it's like, I'm healed and I'm ready to go. It's more believable that way.
Think about that spot that is inevitably going to happen, where it's like Drew and Punk in the Rumble together, for example. That's going to mean so much more if they've both disappeared and then come back to be like, right, 2025 is going to be my year. Let's go.
I'm doing the Costco guy thing here.
Bring
the boom.
I saw, whilst I was away, I've sort of been out of the loop, but I saw Jimmy Fallon hate his entire life whilst they were on there. He did not get on board with that, did he?
He loves those guys. He is
more of an NFT with Paris Hilton guy, right?
Yeah. Oh God. He could not hide his hatred for the Costco guys. I'm disappointed in Jimmy Fallon. What are you doing?
You're hating on Costco. We love Costco here.
Yeah, big fans.
If they want to give us some memberships, hey, who are we to say?
Office membership, why not? We are media professionals.
Trust me, we'll get through the cookies. Trust me on
that won't be a problem. But you know the problem is, you don't get the double chunk chocolate cookie in the UK. You just don't get it. You get the boxes full of cookies, and they're great. They're fantastic. but you don't get the double chunk chocolate cookie. That's how they say it. I'm a Costco guy.
Just googling Costco has a one in Las Vegas for no reason.
Who's your favourite? AJ, Big Justice, or the Rizzler? I'm a Rizzler.
Is the Rizzler the little one?
The little guy.
Yeah, I like him.
I'm a Rizzler.
I like all three of them, to be honest. It's just like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's really easy.
Yeah, he's going to wrestle QT Marshall in Full Gear.
He is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Let's go.
But anyway, let's talk a little bit more about WWE on Netflix, obviously coming our way at the start of next year. And a big update on this. It's been revealed by Fightful Select, I think this is, saying that the Netflix have basically made some desires clear to WWE as to what they want. They've mentioned CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes as names on the men's side they're hoping featured on the show. The rosters aren't decided as of yet, according to Fightful Select. One higher-up joked, Saudi wanted Yokozuna. We want Yokozuna back too, and I'm sure Netflix does, without giving much detail into what actually is wanted. Ironically enough, they've featured Baron Corbin on the... bad news about that. I missed that last week.
Why? Silly.
But yeah, talent haven't been told what's going to be happening just yet. But yeah, both SmackDown and Raw talent was used for the Netflix commercial and video shoot on October 27th even, featuring Baron Corbin, Io Sky, Kairi Sane, Motor City Machine Guns, Elektra Lopez, and the LWO were also there to film stuff. The first Raw on Netflix, which goes down at the start of next year, of course, as Fightful have previously reported, the Intuit Dome in LA, which looks amazing.
It does indeed. It's quite funny how like the first names. We want this, this, and this. We want Cody, SmackDown. Roman, SmackDown. Yeah. It's quite funny. It's gonna be a big event. This Raw show. It's gonna be Supercard tier attraction. The first one on Netflix. I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like. I'm looking forward to seeing how it feels. It's pretty rubbish on Baron Corbin featuring him in the ads. I don't understand. Like, why would you let go of Baron Corbin? Like, it's not 2015 anymore, right? So like, I think you could. We're totally meandering off topic here.
No, but I think it's worth mentioning.
Yeah, we haven't spoken about these releases. You can tell a lot about somebody's wrestling fandom if you ask them their opinion on Baron Corbin, right? You go, 2024, what do you think of Baron Corbin? If they go, oh, he's so boring. It's like, cool, you don't know ball. With all due respect, Baron Corbin had evolved into such a good role player.
Yeah.
Like, he knew exactly what he was there to do, every single thing they did. It was either just be an asshole heel who's totally despicable and put someone over and have your awesome finisher in the deep six as well, and just be this mid-level, mid-card, kind of upper mid-card gatekeeper. Or being an awesome tag team with Braun Breaker and be incredible. So I don't understand. Like, every company needs a Baron Corbin or 5.
I agree. I'll hold my hands up. I think a few years back I was a bit like, take it or leave it with Baron Corbin. Then he had that run in the King of the Ring. That match with it's a match with Chad Gable, but that match with Chad Gable was class. The broke Corbin stuff, I think they didn't do enough with it, to be perfectly honest. I know that was sort of a Vince, like, we'll just do that for like a week and then you'll be rich again. It's like, you really could have done something with that because he excelled in that role. Then you're like, after that, right, what are we doing with him? And then you just go to NXT and you're like, that doesn't seem good. And then he has the other great tag team with Braun Breaker that you felt people were campaigning, bring that to the main roster.
Yeah, exactly. It was fun. Like, actually, tag team wrestling has been so sporadic this year, but they were only together for like 3 months. They're one of the best tag teams in the year.
Great.
It's crazy. I don't understand why you'd get rid of Baron Corbin. I think if you still find him boring, we just look at wrestling in a different way. Like, remember like 2019 where like the McMahons all blamed him because... or 18, whenever it was.
Yeah, Constable Corbin.
Yeah, it was like, poor guy. It wasn't his fault the show sucked. He wasn't writing it, Vince. So yeah, best wishes to everyone. Indy Hartwell and Nixon Newell, Tegan Knox. What a cursed run for Tegan Knox, man. Big injury, return, big injury, return, big injury, return, doesn't get used, released. Rubbish.
Yeah, rubbish.
So, best wishes to them.
Yeah, best wishes to both of them. And in terms of WWE on Netflix, it's funny as well because they're going to do a big show for the first Raw on Netflix. Here in the UK, we're like, everything's on Netflix. We get SmackDown and NXT as well, so hopefully you do big things for that. But yeah, I sense our first few days back in the office for 2025 are going to be busy off the back of that one.
I certainly think so. It's good because what's the gimmick? Like New Year's Day is like Wednesday or Thursday or something like that.
Is it?
Yeah, so like That's going to be a busy couple of days. Oh my god, I'm just thinking of the content schedule right now. Okay, who is the top merch seller in WWE who is currently outdrawing CM Punk and Roman Reigns combined? I'll give you 3 guesses.
LA Knight.
No. LA Knight. No.
Who?
It's not Cody. We already covered that.
Yeah.
It might be an obvious one.
Okay.
Immensely popular dude.
Jey Uso.
Yes.
Is it?
Jey Uso.
Okay.
Yeah. In October, his products on WWE Shop, according to WrestleNomics, sold more than Punk and Reigns combined, which does make a little bit of sense because Punk's been away after the Hell in a Cell match, and Roman, comes in and out.
And every WWE fan in the world owns a piece of Cody merchandise already.
Yeah, we already bought that stuff, Chief. Jey Uso, incredibly over. He had the Intercontinental title win, and then he lost it. But good hot potatoing there, I think.
Useful for the Bloodline story,
Yeah, he's had a big moment. He's back in the spotlight. Makes sense. Good for him. His crowd connection is unbelievable. That WrestleMania entrance is one of my favorite wrestling moments of the year. The match doesn't matter.
They're back together now. It's fine.
But yeah, doing the yeet. I am a 36-year-old man. I should not be standing at the top of an arena going yeet, and yet.
People might question my parenting. Anyone who saw my Instagram story over the weekend will know that I've taught Eric to yeet.
Oh, nice. That's his first word.
First word, yeet. But yeah, and do you know what the other thing is? Like, it's a low bar for wrestling merch. It's good merch.
Yeet.
That Jay's got. Like, Hamlet wears a Yeet t-shirt. The pink stuff looks really good as well. I really like the sunglasses as well. Like, it works, and it just, it is a real sign of just how well this push for Jey Uso has gone. I think it's been really, really successful, and I'm not surprised that he's so popular right now.
Huge runaway success story, and this proves it.
And I like the fact it speaks volumes that at Crown Jewel, like, he got his own entrance.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just like, right, back to you tagging with Jimmy with the Roman, and he's like, no, I'm my own man now.
Yeah.
And he's hugely over everywhere they go, so yeah, good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's cracked it. He's cracked the code.
Yeah.
He got yeet. Yeet hasn't been a thing for about 4 years.
I think there was a Vine that had yeet on it that was very popular.
It's crazy. So someone's going to get damn Daniel over now. Like, it's unbelievable. We usually joke about WWE being behind the times, and in this case, they still are. But it worked.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
If it works, it works at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Right, let's conclude by talking about Awesome Kong. She's been talking about her AEW departure. Post-wrestling reporting this from an interview on the, I'm going to say, Victoire podcast.
Victoire. Is that with Lucas?
I have no idea. But Kia Stevens, the former Awesome Kong, talked about her AEW departure, and she said, as she shot on them, it's amicable. She said, because of certain ailments that I have, I couldn't travel during the pandemic, and God bless them that they paid me way longer than I thought they would or should. God bless them forever. Just a nice story to include on this.
Yeah.
That, it's a lovely thing to do. The pandemic was an awful time for everyone for a variety of reasons, obviously. But nice to hear that the AEW and Tony Khan, didn't say, well, if you can't travel, bollocks to you, you're not getting paid. Nice to see and hear someone as great as Awesome Kong is, was getting looked after.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of us looked at her run in AEW and went, this hasn't quite panned out as expected. She's come back into mainstream American wrestling after some time out of that particular spotlight. Obviously, she had Glow.
Huge surprise at Double or Nothing. I loved it.
Really fun. Queued up by Brandy Rhodes, if I recall.
Get her back, get her working, get her talking.
Why not? Best promo in the game. And she
you want someone to go toe to toe with The Rock? For you.
She would cut Dwayne down. Fun stuff. Like, they looked like they were teasing her versus Aja Kong versus Kong.
Yes.
And they just didn't quite get there, and then she kind of fizzled out. The Nightmare Collective obviously wasn't good.
No.
But that's not Awesome Kong's fault.
No.
The creative wasn't good. So there always seemed like there was more to the story, and it turns out there was. So fair play. I'm glad the company looked after her. Ultimately, this is a business over the years that hasn't always done the best at looking after people.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that it was the case. Look, Tony does this a lot. He does this a lot. Jake Roberts probably has a contract for life because of what he's done for this business. And he's a guy who has multitude of struggles in his life. And it's nice to hear when people get looked after. And the things like the horrific Chris Bay injury the other week, and Impact are paying his medical fees, they've revealed. But at the same time, you see the outpouring of support from fans as well, with the GoFundMes to help him get back on track and everything else, and get living expenses while he can't work and all this stuff. It's good stuff. When the wrestling business rallies around people and supports people,
nice to see.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, really, really good. And shout out to Awesome Kong. I thought she was the one thing that, well, not one thing, but one of many things that you were like, I don't really watch TNA, but my God, if I was going to, she was one of the reasons why.
She was awesome.
She was just running through people. Yeah. She always nailed it. She had a brief run in WWE as well. But yeah, nice to hear the business is looking after an AEW in particular.
Apparently a total sweetheart of a human being as well, so shout out to her.
Terrifying.
I love that duality. Scary monster, wonderful person.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Lovely to see. Right, let us know your thoughts on that and everything in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you want to watch the morning news, that's available right here.
Have a look at that. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.